welcome back to Lessons Learned. I'm Sherry and this is Blue, and we are here today to do another episode of Finish It Friday. We have things that have come in, some wonderful finishes that you all have finished, and I want to share those with you. And I have been working feverishly on Happy Days. I have these 3 blocks completed. These are 12.5-inch blocks with lots of applique and such. EPP. I wish I would have put something else behind these because they're kind of, the black background is kind of showing up as translucent. It's shining through the fabric, but that's okay. I'm not redoing anything. It's gonna be wonderful when it all gets done. I know this. All of you have been telling me this, so I'm trusting that. And plus, when it's quilted, that's going to cover up a lot of sins as well. So I'm just keeping on plugging on with it, and I have started today on well, actually this is Thursday for me, so I have started on another block, and it is a Dresden plate, so I'll be doing that today and probably finishing it up tomorrow. It's taken about 2 days. It doesn't take 2 full days. I'm just talking about it takes 2 days of my time that I have to devote to it to get a block done. So I need to keep at it every day in December, just like I have vowed to do, to be able to catch up. And for a minute I thought I had lost an entire packet for 1 month, but I was just looking at it wrong, so everything's fine. It's stressing me out, but I am determined to stick to it. So that's what I have to show you this week is what I've got done on Happy Days, because nothing much else is happening. But I do hope you got to see the Wednesday video of the charm square apron. And it's really easy, you guys. If you're in the market for an apron, or if you want to make one for a gift or whatever, you've got some specialty fabrics, you know, you want to use or something, do it, because it just makes a perfect little apron. It only takes like maybe an hour and a half by the time you pull everything out and lay it out and sew it up. It's very, very simple. So go back and watch that video if you haven't yet. I got notice that someone was unsubscribed from the channel unintentionally, so check right now while you're watching this video and make sure the subscribed button is dark, like it's black, and then that indicates also that you get all notifications. So if you have been watching my videos and you haven't subscribed yet, please do so. It helps the output of my videos very much. And also feel free to comment, good or bad. I really don't care. Like they say in the old days, bad press is better than no press. So whatever you feel like saying down there, just put it down there. I'll either push it through or I won't. I do check all of the comments before they go out. So anyway, there's that. So that's a little housekeeping thing I wanted to go over with you as well. And also the thumbs up button, I'm learning it does have quite a bit of an effect on how YouTube pushes out your videos. So if you don't mind to hit a thumbs up sometime during this video, if you feel so inclined, that would help me out too. There's usually around 1,500 to 2,000 people that watch the videos currently. I'm hoping to get that up someday, but there's usually only 200 to 300 thumbs up. So yeah, I mean, if you're watching on a regular basis, which it seems that you are, that means you do like the content. So hit the thumbs up. Maybe you're just not thinking about it. So try to be conscious of that opportunity if you want to do it. So Blue is very needy as usual. He had to get up here on the table with me today. He doesn't know what he wants, but he just wants me. So he's just going to be sitting here, standing here, walking around, looking at me, licking me, whatever he wants to do while we're looking at pictures. So the first one that I have is one that I have forgotten for 2 weeks now here in my email. And it's a cool thing too, because I really meant to show it last week for sure as the first one, and I didn't. So my apologies, Michelle. I'm getting you on here first today. So this is a super cool pattern here. These squares in a square, but the squares are are kind of offset in all different directions, so that's pretty cool. And there's a story behind this. She said this was a recently pulled out UFO from about 30 years ago. She said, "This is my dancing squares quilt, which I started in a class with Donna Radner all those years ago. I put it away as my career and child took over my time." That happens. "I retired 3 months ago and now have considerably more time for quilting. This was my last larger UFO to complete, although I do have quite a few whips underway." Congratulations on your retirement. So much more time for quilting. Yay, Michelle. "I hand dyed a number of the fabrics. Some others were purchased at a time when I was appalled to pay $8 a yard in quilt shops." Yeah, those were the days, and we thought that was so high. "The quilt will finish at 69 by 80 once I add the borders and binding. It will have luxe cuddle on the back and go to my husband as a couch quilt." Beautiful, beautiful. I love this pattern. I love that pattern. I don't usually like a lot of wonky looking stuff, but I like this one for some reason. Maybe it's the fabrics that you chose. They look like a lot of greens and grayish greens, some dark greens, some teals, some brighter greens bordering on gold. Beautiful, Michelle. I love this. And that is so neat that you started that 30 years ago. See, that's just proof that there's always tomorrow to get things done. All right, so let's see. We have one from Dolly. Dolly has a couple things here. She did an applique on a jeans jacket. How about that? A kind of a half of a Dresden. It looks like a big sunrise on the back of her denim jacket there. How great is that? And then with some lovely applique stitch on there. It looks great. Did a good job on that. I still want to get a denim jacket and do some applique on it as well. I will get to that sooner or later. And then her other one, this was a little mat that she made, and she actually used a towel on the back of it. She says, "I didn't care for this bit of string piecing, and it's been teasing me on my design wall for weeks. Finally today I grabbed some batting scrap and an older towel, stitched it to be turned inside out, and quilted it on my old Singer 1591 sewing machine. Glad I used that one, as I broke a needle going through 2 layers of a wool cotton pre-washed batting, rug top and towel. Finishing at 18 by 22, I made it just big enough to step out onto after my shower. I have rug backing that I can place under it that she's not going to attach." So great idea. You've got something that you're not quite thrilled about, but it can be useful. So she took an older towel, did an inside out quilt with it, and also used a batting inside as well. I believe I understood that right. And yeah, just made a nice little cushy absorbent rug for getting out of the shower. I think it's great. Let's see, there's one more here. I have more. Stay with me. I have more, but I wanted to show you Jennifer's progress on the strip quilt. The video from 3 weeks ago, I think it was, where I used the leftover jelly roll strips, and then I sent her a grouping of fabric to do that with. Okay, so last week she had 16 blocks, now she has 20, and she is doing it on point. So now you can see that background fabric really well, and then your squares that you're doing on there by color are just kind of jumping off of that background. So that's kind of neat. I like it. I really like it. So I can't wait to see more progress on it when you get your sides and your corners on. Okay, let's see. I got another one from Kayleen. We love your quilts, Kayleen. She says she was finally able to get her Cotton Cuts Puzzle Mystery Quilt Top completed. It goes fast when you can sit down and just sew and not worry with cutting anything. Yeah. My long arm is being set up at the end of the week, so hopefully this one will be fully complete in the next week or so. Yay for you getting a long arm. I still don't have mine. It's It's coming. It's coming. So we're both having exciting moments in our lives, aren't we, Kayleen? I love your teal and peach together, and the nice darker border pulls out the darker piecing that you have in your quilt. Beautiful. Okay, Ernest has a EPP Hexie project he's been working on. We haven't heard from him for a while, and that's because he's been doing a lot of hand sewing. He says it took 45 days to construct the top and another week or so to baste, quilt, and bind. It's a butterfly surrounded by flowers, some more noticeable than others. You can see that there's the butterfly and then 2 flowers on top and 1 in the center on the bottom. And he says he did simple straight line stitching in 3 directions in a bicycle spoke effect. And he will have that on his Etsy shop soon, Redbud Quilt Company. I will put that link in the description box if you want to check out the quilts that Ernest has for sale. It finished at 48 by 60 and it's a great throw size. And he says, as a note, everyone should try EPP or English paper piecing at least once. It's relaxing, fun, satisfying, and a skill builder. I agree wholeheartedly, and one of these days I will get back to that cave Hexie project that I started way back when you did your first EPP project. It will happen. Just be patient with me. It will happen. He's got 2 great pictures here of it, and then also that second picture shows it bound, and the backing was done in a nice neutral large paisley pattern. Very nice. Don't jump off the table now. You want down? Hold on just a second. All right, the next one is Tamala. She says she finished a UFO that she's excited about. She made 2 blocks of this quilt about 6 years ago. Isn't that interesting? We have 2 of these stories. And then she just forgot about it, pulled it out, and completed it. 84 by 84, all in reproduction Civil War fabrics. I believe the pattern is called Letters Home. I was going to hold off until I got it on my long arm, but probably won't have a chance until spring. Tamala, this is gorgeous. This is gorgeous. I love it. I love it so much. Very pretty. Letters Home. I'll have to look and see if I can find that pattern. That might be a good one for my Anne of Green Gables fabric. What do y'all think? Let's see if I can find that. And then we have one from Dee Dee. Dee Dee did her leftover jelly roll that I did the video on. She says, this is the first time I've done on point and really enjoyed it. Just finished this quilt top. I'm calling it Chocolate Caramel and Coffee. Very fitting. That's what it makes me think of and makes me want to go make a coffee right now. Yours turned out fantastic, and good for you, going all out on you know, those on angle, on point blocks that you hadn't done before. Good, very good. Yvette has some more finishes. Yvette gets things done. Her first one here is a 69 by 77. She used Pat Sloan's Block a Day pattern from earlier this year, and it has a soft fleece backing. Her daughter fell in love with it, so I am gifting it to her. And you guys remember I did this one too. Yvette and I were at the same retreat at So Yeah, and we both picked out this fabric and made this pattern. I have not got that top quilted, so that might be on my long arm pretty soon. You never know. So we have twinsies quilts, Yvette and I. The next one, this is a Dan Morris panel with some coordinating fabric for the borders and fleece backing. Finished at 58 by 65. My son is a very talented guitar player, so this one is going to him. He will love it. I love that. That's a neat panel. And you're just going to town on those fleece backings. Makes a difference, doesn't it? And then this quilt kit was one of the featured quilts from the Over the Hedge So Yeah retreat in February. That's the one I was telling you about we were both at. This had a fleece backing and measures 60 by 72, and it went home with one of my stepdaughters. Yes, that's that Adelaide line of fabric. I think it was a Riley Blake, I'm not for sure. But they had these kits available at the retreat for purchase, and she purchased one. There's one more. Her youngest granddaughter wanted boho flowers, and she found this quilt kit on Etsy. It measures 61.5 by 84. It has a fleece backing that is peeking through the white fabric. And she says she has a few more quilts to send next week, so Yvette's keeping us stocked up. This is beautiful. A panel, I'm assuming, but a very intricately framed, each one of those pots of flowers there. There's even flowers in roller skates. That's cool. Jars, clay pots, teapots, watering cans. That's really cool. I like it. Pretty. So yeah, if somebody wants a certain kind of quilt and you don't have it in your stash, just go searching on those terms, and you never know what might turn up. Yvette loves to do quilt kits, and she does a lot of them. Okay, I think that's it. I think that rounds out our Finish It Friday. It was a good one, wasn't it? There was a lot of neat, cool stories and finishes on there, different color combinations, different techniques with backings and all of that. Hexes, just all kinds of different things. We really enjoy your finishes and keep sending them in according to the guidelines in the description box. So if you take a notion to send a picture in, check that first and then send it on over to the lessonslearnt2021@gmail.com email, and I'll get them on here for you. And apologies again to Michelle for waiting so long to get that 30-year project out on the big screen. It took you 30 years to get it finished, so to speak, and it took me 2 weeks to get it out to the public. Well, actually, it's probably more like 3, wasn't it? All right, so thanks for tuning in. I will be back here on Monday for Monday Quilt Chat, and also another video on Wednesday. And I have a couple of review videos coming out soon too, and I might put those out on separate days from our regular Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Have a great weekend. Sew a little bit if you can, and we'll see you soon. Bye.